Okay, what's happening, tubers? It's been a while since I've done a video. I thought I'd just do a review. I don't know how long I'll talk about this, but anyway. I recently had to, I think about 154,000 miles ago, I had to do a intake, lower intake manifold gasket, which wasn't all that bad. People make it seem to be like, oh, it takes forever. Well, yeah, it took me about 5 hours to do it, but and the reason how I knew it was bad, right under the EGR valve, in between the EGR valve, under the EGR valve, in between the lower intake and the side of the head, it was leaking in that little V where the head and the intake meet. And so I said, well, great. I could drive it about 30 minutes and I have to put a gallon of water in it, so that's how bad it was leaking. So I was like, well, I'll just go ahead and replace the lower intake gasket. I was driving about an hour away from where I live, and every 10 minutes or so I'd have to pull over because the low coolant light would come on. I'd pull over and fill it up and keep going. I was like, huh, okay. So when I finally figured out where it was leaking, I just went ahead and replaced it. I had to take the alternator off, power steering pump, the alternator bracket, I had to take it off. It wasn't that bad. It was just a lot of time, a lot of bolts. But yeah, and since I've done it, replaced those gaskets, boy, I'm telling you what, it starts a lot better. Let's just start it up and see how it sounds. I also was going to mention in the last video that I done a month or so ago, I had to replace my catalytic converter. Well, when I replaced it, I had the resonator cut out. And then the video that I done about my muffler, the resonator was really cutting down on the tone of that muffler, so it was really suppressed. But now, boy, it sounds good. Let's listen to it. There's no skipping since I replaced those gaskets. But let's listen to the muffler. Right now I gotta put some gas in it, but I've noticed since I've replaced those intake gaskets, before I could go about 75 miles in between a full to a half a tank before I replaced those gaskets. After I placed those intake gaskets, I can now go 100 to 110 miles in between a half a tank. But it just... It does real good. I'm happy with it. I was calling around the dealership, and well, I called the dealership and asked them how much it would be for them to do a lower intake manifold gasket, and they said $2,500. I said, okay, thank you, have a good day. And I called around little different mechanic shops around town, and I just said, you know what, they're so expensive that I'll just do it myself. And if I had to do it, I would charge somebody at least $600 for a backyard mechanic to do that. But yeah, that's what I would have to do if I done somebody else's. That's what I would have to charge. Would be at least $500 to $600 labor for that. I think I started time-wise. I think I started about 11. Let's see. I think I started about 11. I didn't get done until about 4:35, and that was me solid on it. I did not take a break or nothing, because I needed my car the next day. I had to do it. I had to get it done. So it took me, let's say I started at 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. It took me 5 hours to do it. So yeah, that it was something. But anyway, I hope you if you got any questions, just leave them in the comment section, and I'll try to answer them much as I can and help much as I can. To the new subscribers, I will try to help as much as I can. Really, I like to do cars, work on cars and stuff, so that, you know, that's why I make these videos. But anyway, yeah, have a good day.